Hey folks, what is all this systems change about? Well, there is a lot to it. It is a systems change of sciences, because in sciences we make the real big change from physics to quantum physics. And what is simple about that? The simple about that is that everything on this planet is connected and everything is good because it can exist. And because English has the word physics, and it is physical, but of course, physics is not physical. Physics is about waves and about the air and the moist and the water being informed. And the informed is math. It is always about the math and the interconnections. So nature is constantly transforming. That's what evolution is. And I always explain it with languages because a lot of people do not understand what it is to be multilingual. And everybody has different senses. So with our whole body, we sense things. And I see things differently than you do. I see light differently. I hear differently. Things that are loud for me are not loud for you. Everything is relative. And that is what Einstein and relativity is all about. And it's all about an observer. So everything on this earth is observing something else. It is in connection with something else. So in another language, if you have Mediterranean languages, and that is the French and the Spanish and the Greek, and a lot of the other Italian has it as well. Things are a he or a she. Because, of course, they came from seeds and seeds pollinate each other. So everything is a he or a she or an it, but not so much an it. So la fenêtre, for instance, is the fenster. And the fenster is not it fenster. It is a female fenster. It is transparency is apparently female. So if you think about things like this, then you can see everything in your food. You can feel it. You can feel the rain in your food. You can feel the sun in your food. And of course, this is a banana that came from afar and it was picked unripe so that it could be transported. And of course, it is not such a nutritious banana than when I would be in Indonesia, where I eat bananas and they are completely different species. They're completely different in taste. They're smaller. They're so beautiful. And if you have tasted fruit in either Mediterranean arid climate or in tropical climate, you never want fruit in temperate climate anymore. And that is a pity, maybe, but it is true. Because you really taste the sun and the rain and the water and everything in the food. And if you then think about systems, then you know you have to change things, that you have to, replace something with nothing in the system. So that means you can go local. That means you can grow more things because climate is now changing everywhere. So you can really grow like Mediterranean food or herbs or whatever in Dutch climate. You just have to change the environment for it. So that's why we make the spirals, the herb spirals, so that we have the different climate zones, because climate zones are always small. They're always microclimates, and they always depend on the wind, and they always depend on all the flows and the waves. So you can grow a lot of things in a lot of countries. And that is what the systems change is for a big part is about. Change the system by not having so much transport, eat what is locally edible, grow what is locally edible, go for perennials, because perennials, the ones that you plant once and then you can harvest forever, well, that really makes a difference in the system. So in Holland, the farmers go for multi-cropping. They sometimes exchange land. They use precision farming, and they really scan the soil and see how the precision needs to go. So some do it with data, and that data can be used again for preventing wildfires. So that is really good. And all these things are connected. But it also starts with realizing that things, when they become complex systems, are always, always doing the planetary evolution thing. And that is why I'm not so worried, because the planet evolves. And that means that, yes, we do have microplastics in our bodies. And yes, it causes cancer. And yes, we should change it. Of course, we should. So that means we have to rethink our plastic cycles. And that is a B2B thing. It's for me not a business to consumer thing. It is a B2B thing, and it is material science. And biomimicry has a lot of these very good solutions in it. So that's why I do biomimicry. It requires a little bit of ecology or biology knowledge, but then you can do really everything that is requested on this planet to stay healthy, to redesign systems, and to, well, make it good for our grandchildren, which is always what we want to do.